A bit sleepy. When you sit down, you might find that your eyes will shut, your head will drop, and you'll feel so relaxed. I don't know if you can notice here, the pressure is so much, the blood is running down to those fingers. Can you see that? Amazing. Whoa. Strong one, strong two. And just breathe gently and sit down. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is often when the hypnotist will say, "Oh, I'm so cool, look what I did." But I didn't do that. Using their brain, their mind power, they did that. Give them a thunderous round of applause. Okay, now very quickly, we're going to do what's called the induction of hypnosis. It's nothing strange. You pass through this state as you go to sleep and as you wake up. There's nothing sacred or super. Scared the shit out of me, There's nothing supernatural about the state you're going into. Basically, you're sort of asleep, but you're hearing my voice. Now, to prepare for this, you sit back in the chair, feet slightly apart, one hand on each thigh. You're on closer. Good. Now, just a couple of things. Some people go into this beautiful trance-like state quicker than others. So you'll be there with your eyes shut. You won't be hearing the audience because you're going to be very quiet for this. But you just may find that somebody's head is resting on your shoulder. If that happens, please just let it happen. Doesn't mean anything, it just means that person's relaxing. One last thing. Sometimes, and it happens to males as well as females, during this induction process when you're relaxing, sometimes people get the giggles. And you know how hard it is to stop you get the giggles. If that happens to you, I'm going to ask you to very quietly leave so that you don't disturb anybody else. I'm really thrilled to meet you guys and meet you all probably later on. Have any of you been hypnotized before? Okay, you're in for a treat. What are you going to feel? Just relax. That's all you'll feel. You'll know what's happening. It's just that when I say things, they're going to seem so real. It really is a brilliant, brilliant feeling. So, for those of you on stage, feet apart, one hand on each thigh, resting back in the chair. Ladies and gentlemen, the induction is about to start. That means I'm going to ask you, photograph, video, find it. Just no flashes, just during this bit, and no talking. Once this is over, we'll expect you to make a lot of noise. Okay, to everybody here on stage, the white light that I'm pointing to now in the center of the room, except for you as I touch it on here, you just listen to everything. But you don't need to look. Okay? Listen to that. For the rest of you though, looking up there while I count from 5 down to 1. When I reach 1, just let your eyes shut. Listen to my voice and the beautiful music. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 5. With your eyes shut, everybody take a deep, deep breath and hold it. And let it out slowly. Once more, take a deep, deep breath and hold it. And as you let out all the tension of the day with it. Now almost immediately, you'll find your body beginning to relax. The relaxation will start in your head. Let all the muscles in your scalp and face relax. Feel it happen. Your shoulders, arms and hands. Let all those muscles relax. all the muscles in your chest, your stomach, and your back. Let them relax. Feel it happen. All the muscles in your hips, let them relax. And let the relaxation move down your legs, over your knees, to your feet and toes. For the last time, take a deep, deep breath and hold it. And as you let it out the rest of the tension of the day. Your body is so relaxed. And in a moment you'll notice something very pleasant and quite natural happening. Just as they do when you go to bed at night to sleep. As your muscles relax, so they become heavy. You're going to notice it first in your head. To prepare for this, and as you've already done so, just let your head gently roll forward now. Let your head roll forward. And you'll feel it happen. All the muscles of your scalp and face will start getting heavier and heavier. Tension around your eyes and your mouth just disappearing. Your mind calm and at peace. Shoulders, arms and hands. Feel all those muscles getting heavier and heavier. And it feels wonderful. And all the muscles in your chest, your stomach and your back. They too. Tonight, you will do nothing to demean or belittle yourself. You will just have so much fun. Now, in a moment, you're going to hear something fantastic. There will be a noise that you will love. And when the noise happens, it won't disturb you. It won't awaken you. You won't even move. But the noise will be the rest of your class showing their appreciation and you giving your time to entertain them in the age-old manner. It will be very loud. You'll enjoy it, but it won't disturb you at all. It will sound like this. Fantastic. From now on, whenever I snap my fingers and say sleep, you will immediately go back to the deep relaxed state that you're in now. Just do that through. Here it is, Sunday morning. No school, no work, no chores. And you're all snuggled up in bed. You're snuggled up with your favourite people. The people you're snuggled up with now are your favourite people. And there's nothing sexual or anything, but you're going to now start snuggling up to the people you're with. You're lying in bed, it's Sunday morning. You're with your favourite people. So come on, that's the way. Start snuggling up to the people you're with. That's right. Give them a nice big snuggle. Oh, that's nice. Snuggle, snuggle, snuggle. Snuggle, snuggle, snuggle. And sleep. All right, let's try something very simple to start with that you're going to love. I'm speaking to you all on stage. Listen carefully. Tonight we will delve deep into your subconscious and you may even experience talents that you didn't know you had. For example, you may never have even touched a musical instrument in your entire life, but tonight you're going to be one of the best musos in America. When I count to 3, you will all stand up. You will do it very carefully and slowly because your eyes will remain shut. You will not fall over. When I count to 3 with your eyes shut, you will stand up. I will then place your hands in certain positions and they'll remain there. When I count to 3 with your eyes shut, carefully stand up. 1, 2, 3. When I call out the name of your instrument, open your eyes, you'll be holding that instrument, and you will play it. And you will be fantastic. And the more the crowd responds, the better you will play. When I call out the name of your instrument, open your eyes, start playing it, and keep playing it until I tell you to stop. Guitar, start playing. Come on, people, let's hear it for the guitarists. Oh, we've played here tonight. Yeah. Playing drummers, play those drums. Yeah, oh, what a band. This is amazing. And here comes the biggie. Play that saxophone! Come on, here to the saxophone! There we go! One more! Play it, play it, Throw those instruments down on the ground. Throw them on the ground. Take a bow, listen to the applause. It's all for you. So now we know where we are. So we're going to get you seated. Would you sit here? Just take a nice deep breath over you, take a deep breath, and sleep, 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 sleep. Let's let your eyes shut. Feel my hands beside your head. Calm you entire body. It's letting you come and relax as you were before. Eyes may start to feel relaxed. From the top of your head to the tip of your toes. In a moment, my hands will go backwards. As they come back, you truly feel necklace towards them. You will not fall into the final portion. As you scoop back, you will feel the deepest. A nice big round of applause. Yes. Okay, let's have a little bit of fun. I am speaking to you as I touch you on the shoulder. Only you, sir. I'm going to play a piece of music. It is just for you to listen to. Have a listen to this. Now, every time you hear that piece of music, you will think you are James Bond, 007. You're here to save America. When you hear that music, James Bond, you will look into the audience and you won't be sure if there's any terrorists there or not. So you'll have to go and have a look all around the room. You will not leave the room. On your hunt for terrorists, when you see a beautiful lady, and there's many of them here, you'll remember that you are the last of the male chauvinist pigs. So you will lean close to the lady, and as sexily as you can, you will say, "My name's Bond. James Bond 007. And I'm licensed to thrill." Then you'll kiss her on the cheek, carry on looking for more terrorists and more pretty ladies. When the music ends or changes, you'll wonder what on earth you're doing, and you'll come running back here as fast as you can. But if that music starts again, you'll be James Bond once more. If you see anyone who thinks a terrorist out there, you shoot them, bang bang, and you say, "You're dead." Now I'm speaking to the ladies on stage. Ladies, I am going to play a piece of music, and this is just for you. Every time you hear that piece of music, you'll have an overwhelming desire to stand up and wave to the audience. And when they wave back to you, you might feel a little foolish, so you'll sit down. But the instant you sit down, you'll have an overwhelming desire to wave to the audience, so you'll stand up and wave to them. And when they wave back, you feel a bit silly, so you'll sit down, and so it will go on until that music stops. And after it stops, when it starts again later on, the same thing will happen. And now, I have a piece of music for you and for you. Gentlemen, this is for you. A little scout in Worland. Every time you hear that piece of music, gentlemen, you will realize you're the world's greatest ballerina. You will stand up and you will dance the ballet, remembering grace and beauty is what's required to mind. You will not attempt anything that's beyond your physical capabilities, but you will love dancing the ballet. When the music stops, you'll be doing, you'll sit down and just stare again. But if the music starts once more, you'll be a ballerina again. Now, to you all on the stage, I will count to 3. When I reach 3, you'll sit up and open your eyes and see the audience giving you an incredible round of applause. 1, 2, 3! Can we have a nice round of applause for the balerinas, the lady ravers, and John from 007. Everybody take a deep breath in. Just let it out with those heavy on these toes and sleep. Sound asleep. Oh, cool. Big round of applause for that. You know, everybody would like to represent their country at an international sporting event. Well, tonight, if I touch you on the shoulder, you have been chosen, you have been chosen to represent America in the world's richest horse race in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The horse's name is Dickhead. When I count to 3, you will sit up and open your eyes, your chair will become your horse. You will be riding side saddle. And you will be riding side saddle. When I count to 3, you'll sit up and open your eyes. Your chair will magically become your horse. You will put your feet in the stirrups and pick up the reins. Now, of course, the subconscious is going to know that you're just sitting on chairs, but when this happens, you're going to experience the thrill of the thunder of the hooves and the wind in the air. You're hearing the wind in the air, aren't you? But the excitement will be there, even though your chairs aren't even moving. It will feel like you're running in the richest horse race in the world. Now, when I count to 3, sit up, open your eyes, put your feet in the stirrups and pick up the reins. The race will not start until the commentator yells out, "Racing this time." And when he does, the honour of America will be on your shoulders and Dickhead's hooves. Okay, I'll count to 3, sit up, stirrups and reins. 1, 2, 3. Just remain seated down on the horse, that's right. Now just sort of get him up and walk him gently, just get used to his gait. That's right. That's good. Get him up to a bit of a trot. Excellent. Now you see you coming up to the starting line. Take him down, pull him to a halt, and wait for the commentator to start the race. Racing this time, and they come out of the temple already. Dickhead flying in third place, number one Lord, Nancy Victoria. There's Lord Nancy around the corner, and Dickhead is doing so well, and the crowd goes wild! And now the Olympic showing is with we're coming up to after finishing line, only about 50 feet to go, and once again the crowd goes wild! And as they come up to the line, they cross the line, and the winner is Dickhead! Yay! Slow down. Give him a good pat, because he rode a great race for you. Oh, yes. And now, just sleep. You must be exhausted. Now, if at any time you're feeling cramped and you want to move, you may. If you feel you're being touched inappropriately, you can move. If not, you'd like to be sort of downstairs. Now, and the more you sleep, the more wonderful you feel. I'm sorry, I'm mucking up your lead, Well, what you need now, graduation's over, is a summer job. And of course, what you really like is a job that will pay a lot of money for very little effort. There's a new business coming to Worland. You've probably heard of it. It's Victoria's Secrets. And they're looking for new models. And you you have been selected to audition to become one of Victoria's Secret's models, where you can earn about $4,000 or $5,000 just for one runway appearance. So now, I'm going to place my hand on your shoulder. I'll give you a number. You're number 2. You're number 1. You're number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Now when I count to 3, you will sit up and open your eyes. When I call out your model number, you will stand up and strike a pose. See, we've got the Victoria's Secret scouts out in the audience. You don't know who they are. You'll strike a pose, and then you will walk up the runway, and you'll see what that is. Right to the end where the lady is sitting with the green top on. And when you get there, you will turn around and you will strike another pose. And then you will come all the way back. And when you get to your chair, you will strike a further pose before you sit down. Now don't forget, you're looking for people of all shapes and sizes. They just want to see you working to the music. Now, I'll count to 3. You'll sit up and open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Victoria's Secret Supermodel! Please welcome model number 1! Oh yeah. Oh, work it, girl, work it! Yeah. Hey, let's model number 1, let's hear it for her! The person that well represented is model number 2. Yeah. That's how you work it and work it. Yeah. Beautiful. That's what it is. Model number 2. This is model number 3. Oh, that's cool. Look at the way he walks. Just like a model. This is model number 3. Here's model number 4. Attitude. That's all we want to go. That's right. Yeah. That's it. Model number 4. Big round of applause. Here's model number 5. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Great music. Yeah. Woo. Let's hear it for model number 6. That's number 5. This is model number 6. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, number 6, yeah! And now we just want to see how they go working together in pairs. 1 and 2, here they come. Yeah. Excellent. Tuesday! Let's give them a big round of applause. 5 and 6, here they come. Yeah. Beautiful. a finale of Worland models 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The floor is yours. Yeah. Where's the floor? This is the music. Thank you, please. Thank you, please. Listen to the applause. Listen to the applause. Now, I'm going to put my hand over certain people. You know them, I don't. And I want to hear really loud applause for the person you think is the most intelligent of all the ones up here. Without putting anybody down, just I'll put my hand over their head, you clap, and the one who you think is the most intelligent, I want to hear incredible applause. Probably don't need to go any further, but we will. I get it. I'm speaking to you as I touch you on the shoulder. I'm going to put the microphone in front of you. You won't see it, but when I do, just tell me your name. Madison. Madison? Madison. 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 Sleep. Perfect. Madison, I'm taking something from your memory. There is no number 4. There is no number 4. All the other numbers are there, 1, 2, 3, and so on, but there is no number 4. There never has been. It doesn't mean anything to you, the number 4, because it doesn't exist. The word 4 exists. 4 in golf, I'm going for a soda. But there is no number 4. It just doesn't exist. All the other numbers are there, but no number 4. When I count to 3, everybody on the stage will sit up and open their eyes. And when you open your eyes, you won't realise it, but there is no number 4 at all in your memory bank. So I count to 3, and all sit up. 1, 2, 3. Now, I heard somebody saying before, when they were doing the band, that see how fast those 10 fingers were going on the guitar. That's not exactly correct, because most of us only have 8 fingers. 2 thumbs. 10 digits, but only 8 fingers. And I'd like to prove this. We'll get somebody from the audience. So, come up here. Woo! Your name is? Me. Me. I'm good. I'm Brian. I'm really pleased with you. We'll get somebody from up here. Nancy, would you come up and help as well? I know it's a bit tired tonight. It's been a long night. But, do you know me? Okay, that's good. Can you put your hands up like that? Mate, all we're going to do is just to count to do this whole 8 finger thing. So I'm going to ask you to just slowly, one at a time like that, touch each of Madison's fingers. When he touches, you say into this 1, 2, until we get to the end. Okay, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Oh no, I'm sorry. If you use the thumb as well, you is that a beginning again?
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
What was that last one? Have you always had 11? You know what? It's Nate. He's probably doing it wrong. Yeah. Play again.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's Which hand do you write with? Okay, put that hand down. Just do the right hand, okay?
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Okay. Now do the other hand, start at one.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Okay, now listen, you said you had 10, but we counted 11, and now 6 and 6, and 6 and 6 is... So is it 10, 11, or 12? I'm sure it's 12. Put your hands up again. Maybe we're starting at the wrong end. Maybe you should start this end. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 now. 10, 11, 12, 11. Can you go maths? What's 1 and 1? 2. That's good. 2 and 2. 3 and 5. 3. That's good. 5 minus 1. Now, so the next time I count to 3, you will stand up and you will forget this funny moment you're having with a much old man, but you still will not understand what's going on. You'll ask Nate to touch your fingers again, and when you get to the one after number 3, you'll just, without thought, just say 4. And then you'll realise what you've done. And you will ask him to start at the beginning again, and he will. And he'll go all the way through and get to 10. And you'll be so thrilled, without even thinking, you just rush over and give him a big, big hug. And the instant you've done that, you'll be so embarrassed. All right, I'm going to count to 3. When I reach 3, you stand up, you give it a little moment. And the number 4 will be the turn, because you won't realise it. And put it on touch until 4 together. 1, 2, 3. Look, we've got to get this sorted out. Let's try it once more, one last time, okay? Here we go. In a nice big loud voice. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I bet you go and sit down. Give that a big round of applause. And no surprise. Thank you so much. Sit down. Sound is deeper and deeper and deeper. And just ensure that you know that the number 4 is totally being returned to you. Now, for each of you here, what a wonderful time. Summer, you graduated, time to have some fun. And that is why you have entered a new dancing competition that's going on national television. Now, 2 of you from the 6 will go through to the TV show, gee, they earn a lot of money. However, a lot of the dances are dances that you probably would never have dreamed you would ever do or attempt. But no, you're going to want to win. You really are going to win. There's half a dozen little dances and they don't last long, but you desperately want to win. And half of it, of course, is not only the movement of your body, but the eye contact you make with the people in the audience. Now, I can let you in on a little secret. The very first dance you're going to be asked to do is the exotic hula. Yes, with the hands telling the story. So I'll count to 3. You'll stand up and open your eyes, and you'll start dancing the hula. 1, 2, 3. Oh my word, that is so beautiful. Oh, that's fabulous. I didn't overseas to Scotland, Scottish Highland dancing, and the audience will clap along. A prayer of you. Yeah. Now, my favorite. We're going to the Middle East. Time to belly dance. Do you think you're doing well? Let them know. Oh, beautiful belly dancing. Oh, you want to see it from the back? Let's go back in time. We're going to the twist. That's a twist. Oh, yeah. Do the twist. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's jump with something to get back with you. It's disco time. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Grab the person in spirit. We want to see you all.
To the Tennessee.
Oh, that's beautiful.
With an old friend I happened to see.
That's exciting. This is great.
I introduced her
Yeah.
and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me.
And here's one that everybody knows. The birdie dance, the chicken dance. You do the actions, the audience will clap at the appropriate time. Here we go. Here we go. Bring it out. Well done. Come on, don't you be clap too. Okay. Go. Round and round you go. You're all going to recognize you. The ultimate dance coming up.
Can't touch this.
Yeah.
Can't touch this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't touch this. Gangnam Style.
Here we go. Now, audience, get up and join us. Come on. Everybody in the audience, get up and join us. Yeah. Everybody. Let's pay off. That's right. Don't be shy. It's a great night. Enjoy yourself. That's right. Yeah.
보이지만 볼 때 보는 여자 이때다 싶으면 묶었던 머리 푸는 여자 가렸지만 웬만한 노출보다 야한 여자 그런 감각적인 여자 점잖아 보이지만 놀 땐 노는 선어해 내가 되면 완전 미쳐버리는 선어해 그녀보다 사사 on Gangnam Style.
Give a nice big round of applause. There we go. That's nice. Yeah. I've just come back. Oh, isn't this funny? I just in New Zealand, I say I just returned from the United States of America, so I'll tell a lie a different way this time. I just come over from New Zealand, and while I was over there, I purchased what's called all right, I'll tell you what, everybody just shut your eyes. Shut your eyes. And imagine your body temperature lowering. Not much, just enough to make you comfortable. Imagine your body temperature being lower. So instead of being hot and sticky, you're feeling just perfect. Now, so you guys what I tell my story. I got this, what they call a sleep ball. It's about 3/4 the size of one of your bowling balls. It's a myriad of gorgeous colours. And what happens is, when I roll it in front of these folk up here, and they watch it pass, as it passes, not only does it put them to sleep, but they move in the same direction that the ball's travelling. Would you like to see it? Yeah. It's beautiful. Look, here it is. What do you think? Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. So I'm going to roll this ball, and you guys, you just watch this ball while I'm rolling it. Okay, here we go. You ready? And now, if you're not comfortable, move and make yourself comfortable now. Yes. You can stay wherever you like, on the chair, on the floor. Just make yourself beautifully comfortable. Oh, that's nice. Actually, I'm going to count to 3, and the 2 gentlemen on the floor may like to come and sit in the chair, because otherwise you're going to miss out on something wonderful. So, for the 2 gentlemen sitting on the floor only, 1, 2, 3, open those eyes. Now I'm speaking to you all as you sleep so peacefully, so nicely, so relaxed. Before I came out here to perform tonight, I sucked some mints so that my breath would not offend anybody. And we're all so conscious of bad breath, body odour, probably more conscious of other people's than our own. But something remarkable is going to happen. When I count to 3, you will sit up and discover you're sitting with 5 other people, and each of them has an odour coming off their body, but it is fantastic. You won't believe a person could smell like the 5 people you're sitting with. And when you smell those people, it's going to make you really happy. You just can't stop smelling them. I'll count to 3, you'll sit up and open your eyes. You'll smell those people, different parts of their body, you're going to smell even better. It is amazing. I'll count to 3, sit up, open your eyes, and smell that smell. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, you got to get some more of that. Oh, somebody farted and it's not a good smell anymore. That's awful. Oh, here we go again. Excuse me, could you tell me who farted? Who opened the farted? Give it a thunderous round of applause. we'll have a little review, swap names, get to know each other, and then we'll shake hands. When you shake my hand, you will be shaking the happiness hand. In fact, when you shake my hand, you're going to get the giggles. Should be really embarrassing, particularly for a little job. But when you shake my hand, you will get the giggles, and you won't be able to stop giggling until we stop shaking hands. I'll count 3. Sit up, open your eyes, enjoy the applause of the audience. 1, 2, 3! Thank you. So, will you come and say hello? Hi, you are Alec, what a good name, and what are you plan to do now? What you do with your future, thank you?
I'm enlisted in the Navy.
Oh, you are? That is fantastic. So we can do what, San Diego, San Diego?
South Carolina.
South Carolina, how much fun is that? Looking forward to it? That's really good. Good on you. Really respected for that. I'm just an old explain. My name is Guy. Now I'm going to say what a pleasure it is to meet you tonight. So many compliments. Show me how it works. How you feeling? Really good. Let's give out a big round of applause. Give him a super round of applause. That is a beautiful name, Madison. Where did you come from? You used to have a, wasn't there a president called Madison some years ago? Years ago? Yes. Four president. That's good. I don't think my history is not that good on the president. What do you have for me now?
What do you love? It's Hawaii University.
Oh, cool. Now let's down that one. Narrowly. That's good. What do you think? Fantastic. So, do you plan to remain in the Wyoming area or do you want to decide to step further afield? I know yet. It's the university degree first. Good on you. That's wonderful. Now, my name is Guy, and it's a double entertainer from New Zealand, but meeting you has been a sheer delight tonight. So enjoyed such a responsible, serious person. Have a good time? Good luck, guys. Yes. Give Madison a super round of applause. Come and say hello. Today, you are?
I'm Aaron.
Aaron, that's a good name. And what are your plans for the future?
I'm going to go to Northwest for a year, and after that, I don't really know.
What are you going to take in Northwest?
I'm going to study sports communications because I want to be able to experience some broadcast.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So that would be, wouldn't it? So that's your old plan.
Yeah, kind of. Or be a preacher. Or go into the States, man. I don't know.
Prison?
Yeah?
Yeah, I could just see that in a few years' time. President of the United States, I say, I hypnotized him. Yeah. It's really good. I really enjoy meeting you tonight. You dance moves, man, you're fellas. And I'm glad, by the way, you introduced myself. Tonight on ESPN, here is the nation's greatest sports broadcaster. You ladies sit out. Give her a big round of applause. You lost your hat. Is it around somewhere? I totally agree. You know where it is. You are. Anyway, what are your plans now, Eli?
Go to the University of Montana.
Oh, cool. Montana. And what will you be taking there?
Physical therapist.
So you see yourself in a school or a university in the future? That's cool. That's really cool. I'm just a dumb old Kiwi, and I want to say, meeting you tonight has been fantastic. I want to say thank you so much for being up here tonight. What a good night it is. Montana, open sky. People tend to be a bit serious up there. Come on, give me a super round of applause. Hello, you are? Okay, lovely name. What are your plans, okay? Wonderful time to be back here. Getting married too is really wonderful too. And serious sometimes. It's really attractive. Give a guy a big round of applause. Hi, you are?
Jessica Joe Lamb.
You have to say that again for us.
Jessica Joe Lamb.
Jessica Worland. Jessica, it is such a thrill to meet you tonight. You graduated, that is fantastic. Where do you go to from here?
Casper College.
Casper College, what are you going to take there?
Pre-pharmacy if I'm smart enough.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. That's a very good ambition. That is excellent. I have a funny feeling you're going to do super well. Yes, you are. Jessica, I'm glad. It's what a pleasure it is. Someone who's going to be a great, famous pharmacist someday. Having a good time?
Sure.
Give her a super round of applause. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's here for all of them. Okay. I want you to look at the palm of my hand. Sit back in the chair, make yourself as relaxed as possible. As my hand goes up, take a breath in. Feel yourself become tired as my hand comes down. Breathe out. Let those heavy eyelids shut and sleep. Deeper and deeper. I am going to play you 2 songs and a sound. During this time, if you need to move, if you have a plan or anything like that, then just go ahead. You do have the ability to move and make yourself comfortable. I'm going to play you a song, a little bit of a song. It's a song that I actually consider is the greatest love song ever written or ever recorded. A long time before you were born. And I want you all to listen very carefully to this.
Love me tender, love me sweet.
They called him the king.
Never let me go.
It's a beautiful love song.
You have made my life complete, and I love you so.
Now, every time you hear that song tonight, you are going to fall desperately in love with whoever is closest to you at the time. It doesn't matter where you are in the room. When that song starts playing, you're going to grab the person next to you. You'll look that person in the eye. You will stroke that person's cheeks, and say, I love you. I love you. Then the music stops around what you're doing. I'm going to play a little sound now. I want you to listen very, very carefully to this. Whenever you hear that sound tonight, you will realize that perhaps the most important phone call in your life is coming through. It has to do with your future, and you must take this call. However, this call is coming in on a shoe phone, and unfortunately, you don't have a shoe phone. But someone here tonight must have a shoe phone because it's ringing. And it may be all the grads in the front, or it could be all the greys out the back. But someone has a cell phone and it's ringing for you. So you will grab shoes from people and answer them like a telephone. Sadly, nobody will answer. And as long as that bell's ringing, you'll have to go from person to person, ripping off the shoes, answering it to see if that is the shoe phone. Now, I have one more track for you, and it doesn't matter. Everybody in this room will immediately recognize this. Yeah, it's a really cool. Hold your hands together. Go in, and every time you hear that piece of music, you will think you are a member of the group called the Village People. And you are performing YMCA. But not on stage, however, you are performing it out to the audience. From one end of the room to the other, encouraging everyone to clap and sing along with you. And you'll be running around the chairs, around the tables, under the chairs, on the chairs, everywhere. When that line YMCA comes along, your arms will shoot high in the air, spelling out those immortal letters. Now, when I count to 3, you will open your eyes, the applause will be deafening, and you will go back to the seat you were in before you came up here. Now, I know that all the seats have been moved, but we're about, what proximity is this gentleman seated? Over there somewhere? Can you just have a couple of those chairs, some of those chairs, if you want, just get another seated where? Probably the same, yeah. This lady was seated where? There. Can you come and grab one of those chairs and put it there for me? This lady was seated, oh, down there on the floor? Down there, okay. This gentleman was seated, oh, yeah, right. This lady was seated, yeah, okay. I will count to 3. The audience will applaud. You will open your eyes, go back to your seat in the audience or a seat near where you were. While you're in the audience, whenever you hear any one of those 3 tracks, you will perform as I directed. When you hear me and only me say, come back on stage, you'll come running back, ready for your final and incredibly well-deserved hours. But now I'll count to 3, open your eyes, back to your seat in the audience. 1, 2, 3.
Love me tender, love me sweet.
Can you feel the love in the room?
Let me go. You have made my life sweet and beautiful and soul.
Give me the shoe box! Give me the shoe box!
We're ready for those fingers. Here are England's people. Yeah. Hey, go to the oldies up here, Pedro. Go through the oldies. Yeah. Here we go, get ready. Oh, a little boy treat them on you. Oh, that is so beautiful. I guess the song's too old for you, but if you all sing it, it'll increase their passion. Come on, here we go. Love me tender, love me true. Come on for that. Oh, my darling, I love you, and I always will. Hey, the phone's coming from the back of the room. The phone's coming from there. Hey, that's the guy. Good morning, people. Come on, everybody. Break your hands. Everybody. we can do this next week. You all know it. Here we go. Louder. Beautiful, beautiful moments. I will say it, but never mind.
Love me tender, love me true.
Now this is the last time, so enjoy it.
Love me tender, love me true.
Enjoy that, Michael.
For my darling.
Village people, can you come back to the stage, please? Stand in front of your chair, village people. Now, audience, and you at the back, everybody stand up. Everybody. And follow the village people. Here we go, everybody. Alright, you just say everybody settle down, get your breath back, and you sit up here. In a moment, I'm going to count to 5. When I reach 5, you will be wide awake. When you awaken, you will have total and instant recall of everything that's happened tonight. When I reach 5, you will be wide awake. The silly suggestions I've given you tonight will never ever affect you again. And in the future, you will only be able to be hypnotized by a professional hypnotist, and only if you choose to be so. Your friends at parties will not be able to hypnotize you. So when you do finally get to sleep, for the next week, you're going to find that you are going to have perhaps the deepest, most relaxing and healing sleeps you've had for a long time. Each night when you go to bed, you will tell yourself what time you wish to awaken. And you will awaken at that time and you will be fresh as a daisy, and you will feel absolutely fantastic. And to help you with that, for each of you tonight, I have a little gift, which I should have got ready before. Oh, there we are. I'm going to ask each of you just to hold the little thing I'm giving you. That's good. It's a CD. It's called Train for Life. A lot of people have had some really great effects to this. If you like it and you want to give it to your friends, I have no objection if you copy it. It says copyright to be on it. Ignore that. Doesn't mean much, does it? No, I'd be happy if you like it, you want to share it with friends, just make copies. The instructions for the copies of the day. My gift to you. I will count from 1 to 5. By the time I reach 5, you are going to feel more fantastic than you would believe after a long night like tonight. You're going to feel fantastic. You probably